Hey, what's up YouTubers, back again with another video. As you may know, update 18.2 is here, and it looks like they have featured and given us a new melee weapon. This weapon is called the Sydon. Inflict maximum devastation with this massive Grineer trident. A trident weapon. Well, let's talk about melee weapons. Let's just talk about it. How about that? New year, just now coming off of a very good update. Which, in case you don't know, if you've been living underneath a rock or something, the second dream came out, and it was just that, a second dream. Amazing. The hype is still there. For some, the hype has died down, and it's the new year, and we have none other than what I consider another good melee weapon. However, when I first seen the video on this weapon, I thought, it looks cool, it sounds cool, I like the animations, all that is great, but I said, is it going to have its own stance? That was my first thought. And so with that said, let's go see if it has its own stance. Shimmering Blight. Now some of you may say, why not? Why not a new stance? I agree. New year, new weapon, new stance. Melee combat. Now I personally like the Shimmering Blight. I love it on pole arms, but this weapon, it has a different look, a different feel, and let me just say it, we're spoiled as Warframe players. We want what we want, and we want what we want, and so we want a better stance. Now, here are the actual combinations for Shimmering Blight: Slashing Wind, Howling Gale, The Way, Cyclone, Strike, Mountains, Chisel, Guiding Plank, and Tunneling Spike. With that said, this is definitely a good stance, but I personally want another stance. I want something different. It's like this. Look. Alright. And I'm being critical here. I'm being very critical as a melee player. Each one of these weapons are uniquely designed, and some of them, most of them, have the same type of stances. But let me say this, it would be great, because each weapon has its own unique design. Each weapon should have its own unique stance. Now that's the world that I live in. However, just because I live in that world doesn't mean everyone else has to live in that world, because I really like melee combat. So I've gotten that off my chest. Other than that, this is an awesome weapon. It's a puncture weapon. It's one of the highest puncture weapons in the game, and one of my favorite weapons is none other than the Anku. The Anku is awesome. It's an awesome puncture weapon that goes up great against the Grineer. And it also is pretty much a good weapon in comparison with the Botace, which is another puncture weapon. So this weapon is definitely awesome. Compared to the Broken War, well, is there any comparison? Some would say no, but me, I really like puncture weapons. Puncture weapons really make a huge difference in the gameplay, especially with Void. So I just like it, and because this is such an awesome puncture weapon, I would like for it to have its own stance. Like the Anku. Let's take a look at the Anku. Now the Anku takes Reaping Spiral, and Stalking Fan. Two different types of mods you can put in there. However, when it comes to the new weapon, and this new weapon is practically a darn good weapon. The only problem I have with it being that it's a Sydon, it's a trident weapon, and it only has one stance. That's a disappointment for me. And so though I use Parkour 2.0 to play, Parkour 2.0 is basically the same type of gameplay with any other Warframes, so that doesn't really change. But what really makes the weapon a lot more fun to play with is the stance. So we have to have the stance. Comparison. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm gonna go to this next weapon. You guys let me know what you think. Weapon just came out not too long ago. The Miles. Fan-made weapon. Awesome weapon. Awesome design. The design is awesome. It stands in the class by itself. However, let's check this out. Now, you have the weapon. What stances do you have? You have a defiled snapcrabbing specifically made for this weapon. We need this for melee weapons. Period. Now, I don't take anything away from the weapon itself. The weapon itself is an awesome weapon, and I'm referring to the Sydon. I like the Sydon. I'm going to use the Sydon. I'm going to put up a nice video of the Sydon gameplay, doing some Parkour 2.0 great gameplay as I see it. However, this weapon deserves its own stance, and so does some of the other weapons. And so with that said, that's not my rant. I'm just saying that as a melee player, as someone who plays Warframe, let us as players experience a different experience with each weapon. No difference than with the Miles, no difference than with the other stances. And let me show you this here. We need more stances, and I do understand, you know, it's not, I'm believing that it's not that easy to just come up with stances out the wahoo just because you come up with a new weapon. But just get a load of this. Look at all these stances. I mean, just look at them. It's quite a few stances, right? I'll just say this is it. When you come out with great weapons, please come out with a great stance or a decent stance. Just give the weapon its own stance, period. What made Gaia's Tragedy so unique? Come on, guys. What made it so unique? It was a weapon, a fist weapon that had its own stance. And it really separated, this fist weapon separated itself from all other fist weapons. We need that. And so with that said, this weapon can definitely be built, the Sydon can definitely be built within your dojo. It's one of those weapons that you, I don't think I have it here. One of those weapons where, okay, where it's worth having because it has a high puncture. But outside the high puncture, the wall attack is decent, leap attack is decent, impact is great, no slash. I like the weapon. With a status of 25%, awesome weapon. My only thing is, give this weapon a stance. Let this weapon be separate from all the other Polon type of weapons. It deserves that. All the weapons deserve that. Meaty, that is. Alright guys, enough of me talking. This is Joshua Time. Always remember, keep God first, and look forward to seeing you guys within Warframe playing. If you want to play with me, definitely invite me. My IGN is Nisius. That's Nisius. Love to play with you, do some melee stuff, do some in-game stuff, whatever. You know, just have some fun in Warframe. With that said, I'm out. Peace.